Hello, Steve Arts 89. Well, I just watched episode 5 of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon, We Light the Way. And wow, dear me, there was more drama than the Moldavian wedding from Dynasty. I'm quite surprised. Not really, it's Game of Thrones. I seem to recall some red wedding or something a few years ago. I barely remember that. Okay, so we finally got some gay characters. One of them's quite cute. I'm kind of on the fence with redheads. Sometimes I like them, sometimes I don't. But the prince or future king or king consort was quite cute. And yeah, we got one episode and they buried the gay before the episode was over. It's just a tiresome trope. We can't have a gay couple. We can't have gays in anything without being victims or villains or buried. It's just tired and I'm sick of it. And I was looking forward to seeing these two rendezvous on the side for, years to come, but oh no, he didn't even make it through one episode. Face beaten in, smashed in. The homophobes are going to just love that. You're just giving them something they want to see. So not impressed, Game of Thrones. Not impressed at all. I mean, then again, this is a show that promotes incest and it does seem to be playing for the square states in America who are full of incest and gay bashing and so forth. So it looks like that's the sort of people who like this show and are into this show. Because I was thinking about it, I'm like, who would want to go to this world? Who would want to live in this world? Like I just watched Lord of the Rings episode 1 to 5 the other night, and aside from the Harfoots and Harfoots or whatever the name is, I'd like to go to Middle Earth. I'd like to go and take a tour through that universe, that world. It's beautiful. It's fascinating. It's elegant. It's interesting. This is just dark and grim and nasty and homophobic and incestuous. And I really don't know what sort of people really enjoy dwelling in this world. I just watch it. I want to know what happens next, and I don't want to be on the outside when people talk about the series. Because I didn't watch the first Game of Thrones series for like 3 seasons, and I just got so annoyed with everyone else going on about it, I ended up watching it. And I want to see the dragons, because at that point we had dragons. This show, I mean, we started off with the incestuous uncle killing his wife by making her horse throw her off, which was a little disturbing for someone who grew up with horses, and all my sisters rode, and my sister's award-winning international jockey or whatever. It was quite painful to see her come off like that. They did a good job of photographing it. And then he beat her head in with a rock, but we didn't see that part because I guess they wanted to keep their rating in. But it's okay that we beat the gay guy's head in, and we saw that graphically, but we can't beat the female's head in. No, we can't do that, especially not... I'm not bitter. I'm not going to rant. But this was just 5 minutes ago I saw this, so I'm not happy. Okay, so basically the ailing king, who at some point he was just... I'll just die already, and he actually collapsed. I'm like, oh, okay. He goes and asks for the Valerian, or whatever the name is, family's youngest son to marry his daughter because he's got to palm her off to someone, and why not one of the biggest, most powerful families that they're allies with. And they come to an understanding because she's got her protector on the side and he's got his boy on the side, and they decide to keep each other's secrets and not let the fact that they're obliged to marry for politics and power stop them from getting jiggy on the side. So the boys have a little conversation, a little kiss in the dunes, and I thought, well, this could be fun seeing this on the side. Nope. So Kristen basically doesn't want to be her hoe. He asked her to leave all of this obligation and marry as a way to actually restore his honour, but she's like, no, I can just have you on the side. I don't need to do that. I want the power. I want to be the queen. I want to be the crown. So he walks off. He's a mess. And when they actually have the ceremony, and we actually finally have some visuals, not only the ships on the sea and the castles, we also have this big giant dinner to celebrate the union. But it doesn't go so well because the little queen can't keep his mouth shut. He's smart enough to work out that so Christian is her bit on the side, and he goes and tells him, I know your deal. You keep our deal secret, we'll keep your deal secret. Well, apparently, unfortunately for him, so Kristen is a huge homophobe and goes and beats his skull in, which was quite graphic, but also not as bloody as it should have been. It looked like rubber. But yeah, it was pretty horrific and pretty depressing. And the king, basically, they went straight into the vows after everyone was kicked out, and the king collapsed, and the rats were feasting on the boyfriend's blood. And that's where the episode ended. And I didn't keep it to 5 minutes like I was planning to. But yeah, I'm watching this show not out of obligation, because I don't have enough people watching my channel to be obligated to anyone to do the reviews. But I just want to know what happens next, and I want to it's a cultural phenomena on some level. A lot of people are watching it, and I just want to be a part of it, but I actually don't really enjoy watching the show. There's not much. There's the occasional visual, although everything is dark and grey and foggy and misty and washed out, so it's not like taking a trip through Middle-earth, which is just stunning. But yeah, the only thing that I did get excited about, and I was hoping was going to happen, was Alicent. When she walked in her war gown, I thought, oh, because she's been told earlier that she's been given a hard dose of the truth from the king's hand who was being fired and leaving. He basically said, she's going to have to kill you and your child to get that crown, and she's going to do it. And I'm like, wow, that's true. They can't both exist. And I thought, wow, is she actually going to expose the princess and take her out of the running right here, right now? This is Game of Thrones. It would be a big twist. No, instead they just bury the guy. And she just sits there eating her chook, or whatever it was, her pheasant or whatever it was, a pigeon or whatever, some sort of bird they were feasting on, and said nothing because she doesn't have the ovaries for this game, sadly, for her and her child. Okay, I'm going to go. Feel free to share, like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Yeah, I'm curious of the show. I'm going to keep watching it. But I'm not really enjoying it. I just want to know what happens. It's like a soap opera where you just watch to see what happens next. You don't actually enjoy it. Okay, bye.